Welcome back. This is Jude King and Wayne Harrison, and you're here with our episode on tea biscuits in Fun with Jude and Wayne. Today we're going to make a recipe that I've sought out over the years. Tea biscuits can be a little dry, whatever, but a friend of mine, Reg, came to visit one day and he said, I'm going to make some tea biscuits, and he did. And from that moment on, this has been my go-to biscuit recipe. So we're going to share that today. Jude?
I am going to explain to the English viewers that a biscuit is not a biscuit.
We call that a cookie.
Yes.
Yes.
A biscuit in England is, flat, crisp, different flavors.
Right.
But this is more, to the English viewers, like a scone, savory, and one would eat it with soup.
Yeah. Or butter it when it's warm. People love it that way.
Right, but
butter it, just eat it.
It's savory. It's not a scone thing, but we call it a tea biscuit. I don't know why the tea particularly. Have it at tea time?
Probably at tea time they would have used it with some jam on it. Or molasses. In Canada, people love molasses.
Which is like black treacle.
That sounds horrible.
Well.
Anyway, molasses isn't horrible.
No.
When we were growing up, there was always a molasses container on the table.
Right.
That was salt, pepper, butter, and molasses container.
And you put it on your food?
You put it on bread and biscuits.
So is it like a jam?
Pancakes.
Is it like a jam?
It's a syrup. It's
Ooh, these Canadians.
These British.
North Americans. Yeah.
Love you all. Even if you are strange.
Well, a biscuit is a biscuit is a biscuit. Digestive biscuits, chocolate chip cookies, biscuits. It's become the language is interchangeable. So I've got in my head now that a biscuit is a scone, folks. So if I get mixed up, stick with me.
What's interesting is our foundation here in Canada is French and English.
Yeah.
And we've got all these terminologies that came from Britain. And then we have all these other terminologies that didn't make it here.
Well, I think the Brits then would have called them scones.
Probably.
Scones.
But I wonder where biscuits came from. Anyway, we don't know.
We're digressing. Let's cook.
Yeah, let's stop being so boring.
Let's cook.
All right. We're going to take 2 cups of flour.
Not sieved.
We didn't sift it, but you could if you wanted to. And in that flour, we're going to mix 4 teaspoons of baking powder. And you can start incorporating it now.
So if we use self-raising flour, we wouldn't need the baking powder.
As you said.
Oh.
Well, I don't understand self-raising flour, so we're going to sort that out later.
Well,
for this recipe,
I'm hoping we have an English following, so we have to explain it.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
But
what's that?
You don't have baking powder over in England?
Oh yeah, and we have plain flour, but the go-to is usually self-raising.
Okay. Here it's not.
Put the sugar in.
But we'll put the sugar in, and
how much sugar? 1 tablespoon.
That is 1 tablespoon of sugar.
If you see us looking over there, it's because that's where
the recipe is.
Our recipe is written.
And then we'll put in 1 teaspoon.
That's a lot of salt. That's a teaspoon.
Well, that's what I was told.
Okay.
Anyway, if they're salty.
It looks like a big teaspoon. Here we go again. Measurements.
Here we go again. All right, so get that in.
Yeah, that's it.
And then, let me get a knife. And so I've cut the 1/2 cup of butter. You have to keep it cold, and I've cut it into slivers so we can chop it up with the pastry blender.
That's this.
Yeah. And so...
I don't have one of these. This is very useful.
You don't? Okay, how do you make your pastry? With your hand?
With my hands.
Okay. You could use your hands, but my concern is we want the butter and the flour mixture to be as cold as possible, because when it's cooking, that butter piece will melt and form the flakiness of this biscuit.
Like a puff pastry.
Not quite as much as puff pastry,
right.
but
same principle.
It's that technology, I guess.
Yeah.
And so if you did it with your hands, you're warming the butter up, and we don't want that.
Okay.
And so Right now, we're going through. We're going to cut it off the racks. So hold it up. Yeah, you can beat on it if you want, or you can just cut it off. You want? Oh, you're done? Okay, and so I just make sure that each of those chunks are cut small and crumbly. You can see there. So we just go all the way around the edge with the flour and the butter, topping it. Oh, here's a close-up.
Higher.
Higher.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. We're called Fun with Jude&Wayne for a reason. We don't want to have any of you think we're professionals at this. We're just having fun, and we've got a lot of experience, and we've got the British-Canadian connection, and we're going to be exploring that connection in every recipe we've got, it seems. If you can look at this, it's got still chunks of butter, and that's what we're looking for. And so that is what we want. All right. And so then, get a fork, please. And stir this with a fork. Okay, so this is a wet dough.
It is.
It will be sticky, yeah.
It's very sticky.
So you want to pour it. I've just floured a silpack here. I just find it doesn't stick as much when you use this. Okay. So to knead this, haul the edge up and push it in with the base of your hand.
Palm of the hand, yes. Okay, now
All right, go for it.
It's less sticky.
It's oh, you're using me.
Of course I'm using you. What friends do.
Okay, so I think you've kneaded it well, 8 to 10 times, right?
Oh, 100.
Well, you're just an overachiever. Okay, roll it out.
Wait
please.
a minute, wait, I'm trying to make one without the rips in it.
Oh no, we need the rips in it.
Oh, do we? Oh, okay.
That helps form the leafiness of the.
Oh.
Yeah, the rips are good. You're gonna make it flat. Here, this place.
Oh, I'm exhausted. It's only time for a nap. My age, I have a nap. What am I doing?
Rolling it out, but not too thin.
Okay.
There, that looks good.
That's enough?
Yeah.
Already?
It's about an inch thick.
Oh my god.
And then we cut. So let's get.
No more rolling? No more rolling.
No more rolling.
Okay.
So now I've been told, do not twist.
Oh,
If
I
you
always
twist, they fall to the side. Now
There's
I haven't
some science
I
to
haven't
that, I'm
proved
sure.
it yet, so I don't know. But so I'm just pushing it down and bringing it up.
You're only going to make about 6 or 8.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
If you want to make more, double the recipe.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Remember that, folks, because this is, if you go to the effort, double the recipe.
Okay.
Over here.
In Canada, when we do strawberry shortcake, is that something they have in Britain?
Strawberry scones, yeah.
Okay. I would just add a bit more sugar. to the biscuit.
Yeah.
And it depends on how thick you cut your biscuit.
Oh,
The
yes.
thicker the biscuit, the longer it takes.
That's logical.
Okay.
Oh.
So here they are out of the oven. Look at this one.
Yes.
It went wild. Anyway, so these are cooked golden brown. If you look on the bottom, they're cooked well.
Do you do
So,
the tap tap? Yep, they're done.
well, good. You tap your scones?
Yeah.
I've never tapped my scone.
Well, hear that.
Careful, popcorn, girl.
It is hot. Okay, would you like to try one?
They're hot.
Let's try this mango one. Or no, we should put the best foot forward. There.
Wow. And it should just split
Look,
apart.
yeah, it just slides. Look at how
Look at
wonderful
that.
and fluffy. And here,
And scones do that too.
here. Do they?
It's too hot to butter, but
Well, we're going to make scones one day.
Oh, easy.
Don't squish.
it's so hot and steamy,
Yeah.
like me.
Couldn't you just set the butter and let it melt?
I could. Now tell me about this.
I'm not a
jam.
squisher. Oh, this jam, our neighbor, Lisa, She is, I think I'm going to have her as a guest someday.
Oh, yeah.
She makes all kinds of wonderful things. And she brought over this jar of strawberry butter.
Strawberry.
And
That's
strawberry,
That's butter.
That's butter. This is strawberry butter.
I've never heard of it.
It's no comparison.
No.
It's like a jam, only with less sugar, I guess.
Oh, but what's the butter? In the consistency, or is the butter in it?
It's in the name. There's no butter in this recipe.
Okay, that's
It's
my
just
question.
called strawberry butter. Do you want to try some?
I think I do.
After you took all the fluffiness away.
Oh, no. Oh, so good. You having some too?
Yeah. Unless you want to eat it all.
No, I don't. But
Let's try it. Of course, I'm not a hot... You know how people love hot cookies, hot bread, all that? I don't. I'm not a fan of that.
oh,
Very good.
the jam. I want more.
The jam is very good. But these biscuits, they
This-
always work.
This would work well in an English cream tea.
Will
So
it?
as far as I'm concerned, this biscuit is a scone.
Okay?
Mm.
Whatever it
folks.
is. Anyway,
Mm.
we'll finish eating. I'll let you go and see you next time on Fun with Jude and Wayne. Jude and Wayne.
He still gets my name wrong after 30 years.